California. Coming up, a contest that looks real good on paper between the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers. Ready to get this game started. Here's Eddie Pinheiro. And off we go in Santa Clara. Here's a return from the 7. He's back room past the 50. And this is some great effort. He's all... away across midfield and down close to the opposing 45.
At the 49ers,
now that's a way to start the ball game. A return all the way across midfield. And the kick return team, they're going to get a big old thank you when they get to the sideline. Nothing like starting your offense with a short field to begin the game.
180! DC! 4 down.
First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. 12 yards on that play and a good call nets him the first. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Hold on. Check.
Going to the ground again on first. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. That is good for a Detroit first down.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play-action pass to come.
Goff on first and 10. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Hey, 5. Tell him. 76.
To throw again here, second and 10, it's gone. Brought in close to the 8. And he stopped as we get closer to our first point to this ball game. It's going to be first and goal now.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Quieting this home crowd early as they line up for first and goal.
Like 20.
They'll run here. It's Montgomery. And he will get this to the end zone for a Detroit touchdown. The Lions take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. David Montgomery with the touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Here's Sky Moore on the return. That's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Purdy throwing here to start. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Good pickup, but he's denied that first down. The stop comes at the 32-yard line.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. First and 10 now. Here's Purdy. On target to his back. Here's Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to get this to the opposing 41. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. Well, you love when you can go from first down to first down, Brock. Makes things easy for an offense, and it is the primary reason that he gets looks that he does.
Every touch he gets has a solid chance of working out just like that, and it's why many of these first quarter looks have his name all over them.
On the toss, it's McCaffrey. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line. We've reached the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They have second and pretty long here. Purdy on the play action. Flush out now to his left. And they're going to touch him down as they wind up with a nice gain on that play, and they got a new set of downs, too.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Purdy throwing here on first. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that gives the 49ers the first.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Man in motion here. First down, and they go right back to it. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. Offense in the hurry up here.
At the 9-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Go ahead. Here we go.
On second down, here's McCaffrey. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
21.
3rd and short, here's Purdy. Escapes the pocket. And down he goes. The Lions rush gets home. So we're down inside of 2 minutes to play now in our opening half. More football from Levi's Stadium in just a moment. All right, they're going for this. I like this being aggressive from the get-go on their opening drive.
18, watch out!
Purdy now on 4th down. No good. The pass goes incomplete, and that lengthy drive ends with nothing but a turnover on downs.
It's a turnover.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything, and boy, did they ever attack it.
Here's Goff on 1st and 10. Short pass brought in. And they're there to send him out of bounds, but Brock, the damage has been done as he gets him up past the 20.
yards on
A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
180! Hold on. Check. Hey, Shell. 4 down. Hey, down.
They'll go right side with Gibbs. We're working a couple of yards past the line. Diamador Lenore there on the stop.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Hold on. Check.
Shotgun snap here to Goff. Downfield is fine, St. Brown. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. It's a 29-yard gain. And the Lions have a first down. Working quickly here.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Value three. Maverick. Shell.
On first down, it's Gibbs. Nothing doing on the outside. No gain on the run. That's going to bring up second down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
180!
Out of the shotgun, Goff. Fits it through the middle. The stop is made, but not until he reaches that 17-yard line. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got first and 10 from the red zone. Working inside the red zone. Forced out to his right. He just throws this one away.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Hold on. Check. Maverick. Listen. Super one.
On second and 10, Goff. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions will add to their lead at the end of the half. Bates now for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Lions double their lead to 14.
49ers nothing.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Last drive of the half isn't going to be long. 14 seconds remaining. First down throw by Purdy. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Amik Robertson takes it away. And the Lions will have a shot at least a field goal here. Maybe the end zone after that return.
I've not yet in my lifetime come across a defender who hasn't told me how great an offensive player they were back in the day. Oh, you should have seen me as a running back or wide receiver. Well, right there, that defender showed some of that background. A brilliant job of getting into the open field and setting his offense up for success.
First down throw from Goff. He has it at the 5. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions get more points to end a lopsided first half. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket, but sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
They'll try for 2. Goff gets his Lions set.
The Lions will set up for the 2-point conversion.
One final shot before the half. And he will reach the end zone to a perfect ending to the first half. They get a touchdown and tack on the 2-point try. Well, not the way they drew it up, partner, but when it works, who cares? They didn't defend the check down throw, and it's open for 2.
I can still remember one of my first red zone days way back when. Touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. Now, I know it's not a touchdown, but this check down, well, it was a valuable 2 points.
Jukes away from one. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Moore with a return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
On the return, the Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
49ers to the line. 1st and 10.
Get set.
Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Reeled in by George Kittle. And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
It's a gain of 7.
We get a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
This is a heater going deep. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. Kirby Joseph picks it. And the Lions are hauled down on the return at the 45-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. From the gun, Goff. Getting out to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
180! Maverick! 17!
Goff trying again on 2nd and 10. Throwing the out route complete. And he's hauled out of bounds as he takes this down to the 30. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Lions, 1st down.
Gibbs now from the gun. And this is going to get him into the red zone. He's at the 18-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here.
That's another Detroit Lions 1st down.
Now you won!
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Listen. What?
On 1st down, it's Goff. Chased out to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when he saw the field. It's going to be 2nd down.
That may not look like much, and on tomorrow's grade sheet, it'll just be an S for satisfactory, but that's a good decision. Know where to go with the ball? Don't put it in harm's way.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10.
Black 20! Shell! Hardball! Super 66! Ric Flair! Value 3! Maverick Wall! Value 3! What's up?
Here's Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the sack forces a now tougher 3rd down.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards, but Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Value 1! Super! 12!
Goff now, 3rd and long. Finds Gibbs out of the backfield. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Oof, best of luck here, guys. It's 4th and pretty far.
Hold on. Check. Wait, 20. 12. Harbaugh.
Now go for it, Goff. And it's incomplete. That's going to be a turnover on downs, depending on what the call is on this penalty. Yep, already got the stop and the turnover on down, so they're just going to decline that penalty.
Fox. 21.
First down, Purdy to throw. That'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Hits him on the out route. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Purdy looking to throw here. It's 3rd and 2. Got a lot behind this one. Downfield it goes. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
The issues this offense has been having, well, they extend well beyond 3rd down today. We just look at that big goose egg on the scoreboard, but now time's not on their side either.
Yellow. Get set.
Here's Purdy, 4th down. Throw is caught by the back. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Offensive line fast.
And the 49er first down.
To throw again, it's Purdy. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
He's really starting to just about exhaust every option and trick he's got at his disposal. That time, trying to test him outside the pocket, extend the play, there was just nowhere to go with it.
Yellow.
Sticking to the air here, it's Purdy. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 44 before he stops. Looking quickly here.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And the 49er first down. 1st and 10 at
To the air again, Purdy. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. That one intended for Christian McCaffrey. So 2nd down coming up.
21. Yellow. Get set.
Again, it's Brock Purdy. You know, it's great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, you'll be more interceptions.
And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's 49ers football as we near the end of what has been a largely one-sided game they'd like to forget. Now, can't blame him looking at that scoreboard, right? Might as well go for this on 4th down.
Yellow. 18. Watch out. Here we go.
Desperation time here. No good. The pass goes incomplete, and that lengthy drive ends with